Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan, and once again, for the third week in a row, I think I'm not releasing a lore video on Monday. Instead, I come with rather sad and interesting news, to be honest. So a lot of you might know of the location known as the War Shop. It is where I film a lot, actually all of the battle reports until recently, and it's also the location where I filmed a few of the comedy videos. So unfortunately today, well technically yesterday, the War Shop closed down, which is really weird. And we're going to have a bit of an interview with Dom. I've actually got him right here, but we've filmed something in the shop, we've done some stuff, but I just kind of wanted to talk about it with not just in general, but a few things. So yeah, it's a bit weird to say that because the War Shop has been the home for the channel for the battle reports for almost a year now. We filmed a lot of battle reports, a few narratives, the comedy videos. We're just having general fun. But, you know, all good things must come to an end eventually. And it is really weird to talk about because, you know, you always think that you've got that type of home with you all the time. And honestly, I actually thought the shop was going to be here longer. But these things do happen. I've seen a lot of retailers go up and down these years. It's just a problem that Jib is having itself. But, you know, I want to take this time. I did take some time to actually ask some questions to Dom, so we're going to see that now. And then we'll be back in just a second. So what made you open up a hobby shop?
What made me open up a hobby shop is I was playing in England in the local shops there. And I found when I came over to Gibraltar there was nowhere really to play or buy models at the time. So I decided to open up my own shop.
So you wanted to take part in the community in your own way?
Actually not at the start. I actually went into make a business, but the more and more I went into the actual business myself, I realised that the community is actually a massive part of the Warhammer community in general. And the more I saw that happening, the more I wanted to get involved myself.
How long were you in the hobby before you opened up your own shop?
This is actually quite a controversial subject because there's some people that didn't like the fact that I was opening a shop. I only had literally under a year worth of experience in England, and that was literally all I had, experience in opening a shop. But I loved the way that a certain company run their stores, and I wanted to bring that to Gibraltar because there was none of that here. So I wanted to bring that to the local community here.
Alright, so you were a year in and then you decided to open up a shop. I'm assuming you played 40k and I'm assuming Sigma.
No, actually I didn't play any Sigma whatsoever. I didn't even know it existed because I knew of Warhammer Fantasy, but I kind of heard about how it was brought away, it was taken away, Fantasy was taken away, and Sigma was brought in, but I never really got a chance to try it out in England. My main game was actually 40k. That was my main big game I jumped into the hobby with, and my first line was Chaos, and I just worked my way from there.
So you started with the hobby and you wanted to open up a shop to help out the community and make a business. So how was it working directly with Games Workshop? I'm actually really curious about this.
Well, now I'm actually closed, it's going to be a bit easier to talk about this. I found that their customer service to the actual clients that they buy directly from them, i.e. you guys, they would be 100% on, and they would give them 100% feedback. But with actual customer service on my side, the actual retailer side, they were a bit lacking, if I would be completely honest.
Yeah, you can be honest now, because obviously there's it's not like we're going to say anything bad, but I am curious about this aspect as a shop owner type of thing.
They kind of made things unnecessarily difficult with their splitting their market into two different markets, which I didn't appreciate. I'm not going to go further into that, but I didn't appreciate them splitting two markets into different markets and having it in different shipping ideas. Like one market would be shipped a different way than another market, which would make it just a lot more difficult for me to try and get stuff in. And also there was an actual limit when they said there was no limit, but there was a limit on a certain aspect of their marketplace, which was annoying, to be honest, and made it longer for me to get those particular products in.
You worked with a number of companies other than Games Workshop. How does that work as a hobby store owner? Do you see it as a division of community or just bringing different things in? I'm curious about this because I know that you bring in, you're used to bring in a Wall of Games game, which is in theory very similar to Fantasy and 40k in maybe 7th edition, but very, very drastically different to 8th edition.
Yeah, I worked with different companies. I wanted to try something a bit different because people are getting a bit stale of the same old GW products. Sometimes they can get a bit much and they want to try something a bit different. And the Warlord games are a lot better for diorama pieces because they're actually historical. So you can actually build a destroyed town with plans or whatever you want in that town, and that would make sense. The scale was a bit smaller, and if people were getting a bit tired of 8th edition 40k, which a lot of people were playing at a time, they could go into a much more in-depth game because it's a historical war game rather than just a fantasy or a sci-fi war game.
Oh, pretty cool, pretty cool. But now we're going to move on to a few other questions, actually. I kind of want to know, how did you find the community here?
I can be honest.
Yeah, you can be honest.
I'm not going to name any names, no one's going to be, that's not what this is for. I think the community here is a bit lacking when it comes to supporting and growing as a community itself. It's very closed off, and I found it very difficult to push things forward and get things going because of the local community here weren't really feeling it and they wouldn't come down and do it, which was the only issue I found here was they don't want to come down. When they came down and played, it was amazing, it was good fun, and there are a great bunch of lads that want to come down and play, but unfortunately sometimes they can be a bit lazy, let's be honest.
Okay. So you had the shop open for over 2 years, I want to say?
Yeah, just over 2 years.
Alright, so in that time you managed to meet a lot of different people, you managed to work with a lot of different companies and so on. How would you describe your 2 years as a shop owner?
My 2 years as a shop owner was the best 2 years I could possibly have had in Gibraltar because it's a personal thing that was mine. It was my idea. I put it out there and I managed to work with it. I know that I've complained about GW and stuff like that, but at the same time, the experiences that I've gained was the best, and I do still enjoy running this premises. It's just it isn't working out because it ain't working out. It happens in life.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. We've seen it locally where a lot of shops have been closing, different retailers and so on. So it's not just to say that the hobby scene is dying, it's just generalized. We've had a bit of a money issue where we're from. So in regards to that, is there anything that you would have done different?
Anything like that different? I would, in my entire thing, or just in the shop?
The 2 years.
To be honest, I probably would have tried to get more of that certain market that I wasn't happy about in as a general stock, and try and sell that on a bit more. I would have probably got more stock in if I had the means to do so, and probably faster at stocking to certain products because sometimes, yes, I made a few mistakes, but I was new at the shop at the time, and sometimes you make mistakes.
And what about as a hobbyist?
Well, as a hobbyist, I think it was the best thing for me as a hobbyist, and I wouldn't take this experience away from me. The opportunity to paint a model and actually use that to sell a product made me a better painter, a better builder, because I had to learn these new techniques and use the new tools that they were bringing out to show people how they were used, how you would use them. And I also loved helping hobbyists get the right, for example, paint colours and models looking the way they want to by me testing them out myself to see how they work.
Is there anything you want to say to future prospective shop owners?
There is. I would say one clean thing would be to keep your options open, bring different stuff in and listen to your community and try and get active as you can. In my case, it was a bit difficult because of money issues, income, and that wasn't able for me to bring in as much stuff as I wanted to bring in. But if you have the funds to do so, bring in different products. Don't just concentrate on one specific hobby. May get board games, get different things. And if you want to make a hobby shop in anywhere in the world, not just in Gibraltar, you're going to need more things to buy. Magic the Gathering, board games, and bolt action, everything. And broaden your horizons. Also, don't get discouraged if you fail. There's been some boxes that I brought in that have not sold and they're still in the shop to this day. It's a mistake that people make and you have to make them to learn from them.
What would you say to future hobbyists instead? Don't
let people put you down. There's a lot of, in this, I find this more in the not fantasy. I find it's more in the 40k community. They're very elitist when it comes to their paint schemes, and they're very lore elitist. And when you're getting into a hobby for the first time, people tend to get, and I've had this experience. I've had a kid come in and say, "Can I play with them? They're not painted." And I sit there going, "Of course you can play with them not painted. That's not a rule of the game. It's not in the rule book saying you have to be painted." And that's a little bit of a pet peeve. And the one thing I'll say to a new hobbyist is don't listen to those guys. Paint when you feel ready. Come into a local shop, learn how to paint, and don't worry about making mistakes because it happens. And that's everything in the hobby.
Before we end off, we know that you're closing the shop and all that, but you're going to go into an exciting new career, which is cool, obviously. Yes. Is there anything that you have planned for the future, for the hobby yourself, as a hobbyist? No more shop thinking. This is actually you having fun.
For the first time, I'm actually going to have fun in doing the hobby itself. I haven't had an actual game of not working or trying to teach. I would like to sit there and actually play a game without needing to teach someone how to play. I would love to have my own studio in my room. Now I've got the tools and the know-how to do it. I would love to have my own studio in my room to be able to paint and just enjoy the hobby for a change. I've been working my butt off a lot these last 2 years. I've had nigh on no breaks, and I have been continuously working. There hasn't been a hobby rather than a job. Now it's going to turn into a hobby, so I'm going to be able to jump in and actually put more effort into my painting because I'm not trying to get an army ready for the shop. I'm just going to go, oh, I can make this army whenever I'm ready. Which I'm looking forward to having a hobby be for me again.
Alright, so, well, thank you for everything, Dom. It's been 2 years. You've really helped out my channel. You've helped out the local community. That's all we can say.
Yes, it's a shame I'm going, and hopefully someone else can take up the mantle.
Hey, he's not going anywhere, guys. You'll see him on the bloody channel.
Somewhere.
Yeah. See you guys.
Painting, probably.
So we've taken the time to listen to Dom speak via a recording session that we did a few days ago when the news came to me. But we also have Dom here. Hi, Dom.
Hey, guys.
So, yeah, I just wanted to see, now that a few days have passed and everything's shut down, what are your thoughts?
Quite somber, to be honest. I'm a bit, I don't know, you can be upset a little bit. I mean, as you can see in my voice, I'm a little bit upset.
Yeah, I'm just going to move the microphone a little closer just in case. So, yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's a weird feeling. Like, clearing out the shop was very... It's unruly. You don't really prepare yourself for that sort of eventuality. Even though you say, yeah, I'm closing, to actually clear out the shop is a bit different.
We spent 10 hours there, guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate the Great Book of Grudges and Nathan helping us out, because it really did help me out a lot, because I had no help, and it was nice to have that support.
But there's no use being sad about these things, because we are moving forward. It's not the last time we're going to see Dom on the channel. He's been a massive help with everything. So we're going to keep on pushing. We've got a lot of plans. We've discussed this in length as we knew the shop was going to close. And you know what? I think we've got some good plans.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, man, it's going to be really, really cool. And yeah, guys, I do have to say that right now we're trying to find a temporary fix to the battle reports and so on. We have something that might work for the time being. And it's going to be a bit weird to do, but we're going to try. We've still got a few things in the bank, so we're going to use that and obviously keep it pushing. But, you know, we're thinking. We are. We're really trying, and it's going to be something to think about in the future. I'm going to be talking to the guys in the fantasy community to see what we can do. Maybe doing something to fundraise or something. I want this to continue. And it's going to be a bit weird not having the Warshop as a little studio that we used. But I don't think this should slow us down. If anything, it'll make us panic and we'll keep pushing.
I just want to say, guys, that I'm not quitting the hobby. I'm actually going to be playing more often. You'll probably see me around and get sick and tired of me soon enough.
Yeah, like Dom's going to be here. We might even have him voice a few lore videos for me, because I've been sick. I mean, you guys might hear it in this video, and I'm breathing a lot, and I've been ill with the flu for the week, which is really... Like, it makes me feel bad because we've just done the birthday video. I made a big deal on how we were going to be consistent, and then I was dead. So, yeah, it's good to have another voice helping out on the channel. It's going to help out a lot, especially when I get sick, because when I do get sick, I get sick. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching and listening to Dom and listening to me with our nonsensical rambles as we do. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. Lord knows we need a bit of help now. But, you know, as always, thank you so much. I shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.